In this Hogwarts Legacy video, we're going to be talking about the different editions of the game and why you might purchase them or not, depending on what platform you're playing on, as well as the release date, since there are several different release dates if you didn't know, depending on the platform. I know a lot of you guys have probably already pre-ordered this game or decided not to play it one way or the other, but for those of you that are still on the fence, can't figure out which you want to get or whether you want to get it, this will be a good video to give you some information about what versions are available. So the three versions of the game are Standard, Deluxe, and Collector's Edition. I bet you it would be very difficult to find a Collector's Edition at this point, so let's talk more about Standard and Deluxe Editions first. First of all, the Standard Edition is the base game. It gives you the Onyx Hippogriff mount, which is available to all editions. And if you're playing on PlayStation, then you will get the Felix Felicis Potion Recipe and the Haunted Hogsmeade Shop Quest. As far as I know, the Felix Felicis Potion Recipe and the Haunted Hogsmeade Shop Quests are only available if you pre-order on PlayStation, meaning I don't think there's another way to get them in-game if you don't have them. This pretty much makes PlayStation the best possible platform to play on, performance aside, since we don't know about performance at the moment. But if you're going to play and you have a PlayStation, I would recommend playing on PlayStation if you plan to pre-order. Moving along to the Deluxe Edition of the game, this comes with the base game, obviously, and if you pre-order it, you will also get the 72 hours of early access for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Obviously, if you buy the game on day of launch or something like that, this is going to be moot because the game will already be out. But if you pre-order it, you'll obviously get early access, which is good. And then you have the Onyx Hippogriff mount, as we mentioned, that's available to all pre-orders. And then the Potion and the Hogsmeade Shop Quest are also available if you get it on PlayStation. And this also comes with the Dark Arts pack, which has a Thestral mount, also has Dark Arts cosmetics, and it comes with the Dark Arts Battle Arena. So there are several things to take into consideration about this specific edition of the game. First is, are you playing on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, or PC? If so, there's much more reason for you to pre-order because of the 72 hours of early access. Setting aside whether that's ethical or not to do that, just talking about the bonus itself, that's a fantastic bonus to get if you're planning on playing it as soon as the game comes out. Now, before you start going like, well, what about PlayStation 4? What about Xbox One? What about Nintendo Switch? The reason that's not available to these platforms, this pre-order exclusive for Deluxe Edition or whatever, is because the release dates for those games is not the same as PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. So if you're planning on playing on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, or Nintendo Switch, you won't be able to play for a while. The release date for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One is actually April 4th, so you're going to have to wait a whole 2 extra months in order to play this game if you're playing on those platforms, and if you're playing on Nintendo Switch, you won't be able to play until July 25th, which is even further away. So if you're planning on playing on those platforms, we'll get into that in a minute, those pre-order bonuses are not going to be as useful to you. So something to consider here is that if you are getting the PS5 version or the Xbox Series X or S version or the PC version, is that the Deluxe Edition is only $10 more than the Standard Edition. The Standard Edition on PS5 and Xbox Series X and S is $69.99. It's $59.99 on PC. And then the Deluxe Edition is $79.99 on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. And it is $69.99 on PC. So not only are you getting 3 days early access for your $10 and the pre-order bonuses, but you're also getting the Dark Arts pack, which probably would cost you, I'm going to guess, about $10 in-game anyway. So in my opinion, if you're planning to play on one of those 3 platforms, then I would advise getting the Deluxe Edition. And again, the same is true with the Standard Edition. If you have a PlayStation 5 here, this would be the best platform to play it on, putting performance aside again, because we don't know how that is, because you're also going to get additional pre-order items that are not available to any other platform. Talking a bit more about PC, this is probably the most financially efficient way to play this game because it's $10 cheaper. The Standard Edition and Deluxe are both $10 cheaper than the PlayStation 5 or the Xbox Series X and S versions of the game, and you can still get that early access to the game and the Dark Arts pack in the Deluxe Edition, which is great. The obvious caveat here is how good your PC is, whether it'll run this game good enough or as good as one of those modern consoles if you don't have it. And also, do you care enough about the pre-order bonuses of the Potion and the Hogsmeade Shop Quest? In my opinion, there's really no reason to buy this game on Xbox unless you don't have a good PC or you don't have a PlayStation 5. If you're going to buy it on Xbox Series X and S, this is probably only for people that all they have is an Xbox Series X and S. I don't know how many people only have an Xbox but no PC. That's really the only market for that platform, in my opinion, at least if you're talking about the Series X and S. Moving along to PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, I don't really see any reason here to order the Deluxe Edition of this game. First of all, you don't gain the 72 hours of early access to the game, so that's removed from your bonus for buying this. You'll gain the Onyx Hippogriff thing, which is available to any version you get. The Potion and Hogsmeade quest line are available in the Standard Edition if you want to get that, so there's no reason to get Deluxe for that. So all you're really getting is the Dark Arts Garrison hat if you get the Digital Deluxe version, and the Dark Arts pack. And again, obviously, if you can play on PlayStation 4 over Xbox One, you're going to get, even if you get the regular version of the game, you're going to get the Potion and Hogsmeade Shop quest, so you're better off playing it on PlayStation 4 than Xbox. And Switch is kind of in the same boat. You're not gaining access to the 72 hours of early access. You don't get the exclusive PlayStation pre-order bonuses, no matter what. So, in my opinion, there's really no reason to buy the Deluxe Edition on Switch either. I would just get the Standard Edition or Collector's Edition if there is one on Switch, and, spend that money to get the Dark Art stuff in the store if you really want it, which would probably be cheaper than you'd pay for the Deluxe Edition. So in summary, to kind of wrap this up, I would advise playing on PlayStation 5 if you have one. That's the platform I think you should get it if you have that platform. If you don't, get it on PC. If you're not going to get it on PC, get it on Xbox Series X or S if you have that. If you have one of those three and you're getting it on one of those three, get the Deluxe Edition. It makes the most sense. You get to play 3 days early. It's only $10 more. You get the Dark Arts pack, again, which is probably something you'd have to purchase from the in-game store anyway, which would be about $10. And if you're playing on PlayStation, you're going to get extra exclusives, which is why I suggest that. And if you can get the Digital Deluxe version on any of these platforms, you're going to get an even further bonus. So Digital Deluxe is probably better, and if you want that extra bonus. Otherwise, some people just like to have a physical copy of the game. That's fine. If you're trying to decide between PlayStation 4 or Xbox One, get the PlayStation 4 version for the exclusive pre-order bonuses, and get the Standard Edition of the game if you can on either of those platforms, and the same goes for Switch. So I hope you guys found this video helpful for those of you out there that are still wondering whether you should pre-order the game or not. There's a lot of complicated stuff in here. Not normally do you see too many different release dates like this for PlayStation 5 and 4 don't typically have separate release dates, nor does Xbox for that matter. And you don't normally see a reason to buy Deluxe Edition on one platform, PlayStation, versus another platform on PlayStation, so it's kind of strange. And I hope this gave you some information, so if you're wondering, I want to get the game, but I don't know what edition to get or what platform to get it on because maybe you own a PC and a console, I hope this has answered some of those questions for you. If you guys have further questions, please let me know in the comments. I want to hear what version are you guys planning on getting the game. Are you getting that 72 hours early access? What do you think about games having pre-order early access period in games? You're seeing this more and more. I don't know how I feel about this. This seems a little bit, in my opinion. I don't want to see this trend continue. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments below.